It's been pretty dry this winter at Hackberry Farm, and as such our wetland isn't so wet this year. In fact, it's completely dry. You know, on a typical year, most years this thing's full of water all winter long, because our rainy season around here is usually in the early fall, and then again in kind of midwinter we get a lot of rain through here. But this year we just haven't had a lot of rain, and so because I haven't developed my supplemental water to come to this wetland, it's just completely dry. But I'm going to take advantage of that this year with it being dry, and we're going to install wood duck boxes. Now, wood duck boxes are a great conservation project because wood ducks are cavity nesters. They don't nest in grass, they don't nest in trees, they nest in the cavities of dead trees. And if you've got a place like this where we don't have a whole lot of dead trees around this wetland, we've got to provide the nesting space for it. So hopefully once we install these wood duck boxes, then we'll be able to have wood ducks coming in here next year once this thing's full of water again. Now, these wood duck boxes are super easy to build. Now, I'm not going to go through every step on how to build one. In fact, I'll just leave a link that you can find in the description below and download your own plans and build one. But you build these out of pretty basic materials, 1x12s that you're going to get from a local lumber store, as well as a 4x4 post that we're going to mount it to. Now, you don't have to buy a 4x4 post. You can go cut cedar posts off your place, or if you've got some old dead trees, you can put them on. That'll work as well. Now, these wood duck boxes are super easy to build. Now, I didn't build my own. I had my son build them in his high school ag class, and using just some common material 1x12s that you get from the local lumber store, he built it all out of one piece of 1x12. And I'll leave a link to the plans in the description of this video where you can find your own plans and build your own. But once he got them home, then the next step is pretty simple. We're just going to coat these in linseed oil to give them more weather protection over time. And every couple of years, we'll come back and put more linseed oil on them. But once we get them out here, we're going to mount them to a 4x4 post, or we're going to just find another tree or something else we can mount them to. Like I mentioned before, wood ducks are cavity nesters, so everything about this plan has to be exact for it to work for them, all the way down to the size of the hole. So whenever you're building this box, make sure you get the size of the hole right. But to get started, we've already got it built, we've already put linseed oil on it. And the next thing I'm going to do is just dig a hole that I'm going to plant my 4x4 post in, and then once I've got that tamped in good, I don't have to use concrete, I'm just going to use the native soil. But once I've got that in the ground good, I'll just mount the wood duck box about 3 feet off the ground and mount it directly to the 4x4 treated post. We've got the hole dug, and it's about 2 feet deep. Now that we've got it dug, all we have to do is put in the post and then tamp the dirt in around it to make the post good and tight. Now that I have the post set, I'll mount the box where the hole in the nest box is about 3 feet off where I think the top of the water is going to be. And there you have it. It's a quick and easy conservation project to do. It's a great project to get kids involved in. And hopefully over time, as this wetland comes back to life and we've got water in it, we're going to see generation after generation of wood duck use this box.